Vince. Yo, yo. What up, sir? Happy Cinco de Mayo. De Mayo. De Medio. I forgot my sombrero. What you got going on, man? I'm sitting here patiently waiting on a response. Humble God about a steak anyway. That's what I'm cool. The hell in jail for impregnating a daughter. You know what I mean? Okay. Alright. Shit, troops stand down. Stand down. What's on where you at? Where you was at all this time? Like, man, you just gonna say something like that and take off? Nah, you got some family shit going on. Right? We looked it up. It wasn't him. But it was a member of the Fugees. Who? You in the studio? I thought, no. It was a member of the Fugees. Who?
Okay, I'm doing this shit wrong. Okay, I do this, then I do this. I open this. Right, enter. Yo, Boozy, what's up, bro? What's good with you, man? Hmm. Well, that came out kind of weird. Oh, it's Friday. Mm, shit, off work early with a bird. Shit, that's what's up, bro. Hold on, bro. I'm still trying to learn this shit right here, and I hate this fucking laptop. Um, um, I'm trying to come up with a poster, but I'm seeing how well I can prompt the AI to generate a poster for me. This thing is it's crazy, bro. I can already tell I'm not gonna like these. All you gotta do is just find the right words to tell this motherfucker, yeah. Yeah, I don't really like these. So what if I use the same prompt but take out, what if I take out, if I take out 2D and clip art, what if I remove these words and add something like, what if I do graphic design? This nigga. Alright, now let's see what we get from this. I guess. And so this is what we just got here. All of these look kind of janky. Hmm. Okay, this right here may be a good reference. I'm kind of seeing something in this one. Okay, say what? All right, I might let's roll this one again. V2, and I want to say yeah, yeah. Let's try to roll that. I'll show you some other stuff I've done for my other project that I'm working on. Boom, 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 dum, 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 bum, bum, bum. Bro, y'all don't know what that man look, man. Me sneak peek. Because one day the gods shall return. These are ones I did today. None of them are great, but like I said, they're just references, and so I think I can actually use them for what I want to make. These right here came out pretty fucking badass. Not gonna lie. Didn't like the colors in these. They're kind of too grayish and dark for me, but they look fucking pretty awesome. The gods shall return. No, I didn't mean to do that. Alright, so I want to do. Damn it. Let me go grab something to drink real quick. This shit is giving me some good ideas, but not what I'm looking for. Um, we'll see what that one does. All right. I really need to start the underpainting on here. Hmm. No. It's gonna be for a Juneteenth party. Juneteenth roller skating block party. I mean, I see some pretty cool ideas that I can kind of turn into some of my own stuff. So, just trying to figure out ways to utilize every tool at my advantage, man. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta sit down here and fucking ponder and think of different poses and compositions and all that shit, or I can type that shit into the computer and make the computer help me. Well, this shit is pretty dope though. Yo, last night I was watching. Yeah, Blunt movie still on. But last night I was watching. Matter of fact, I'll go to my library, my history. Bro, bro, tell me if you heard this shit right here yet. Cause I heard one person say it, but then I had to see people break this shit down. Generative agents, AI NPCs will change the game. First, Chat GPT powered NPCs having sandbox RPG game. Bro, when you think about the applications of this shit, like I say, this game is alive, fully autonomous NPCs, putting open world. So I watched a few of these videos, and it is hella fucking crazy how they describe this shit, bro. I could have swore I just got a text message. What the hell? I'm fucking tripping, bro. I swear I heard my phone chime just now. All right. Anyway, what, bro? Me neither. Until like 3 days ago, I was listening to some random AI podcast. I'm obsessed with this shit right now, bro. I ain't even gonna lie, yo. Anybody talking about this shit, I'm willing to listen. And normally, I've just been listening to like the AI generator shit and the Chat GPT conversations. So I came across this one podcast, and they're talking about like the progression and the um, the developments in AI that are happening on a weekly basis. And so the first guys talked about this game and said that they made, I think it's Microsoft, and they're working with whatever university, Caltech or MIT or whatever. And so it's a university in, is it Microsoft or Google? I think it's actually Google. Anyway, big tech companies. Um, they it's like The Sims. So they made 25 Chat GPT AI bots, and they put them in this world, this sandbox little world they created, and they gave each of the 25 characters a baseline prompt or identity. Your name is Michael White, and your wife is this, and you have 2 kids. These are your kids' names. You're a pharmacist at the local drugstore, and it goes through and gives a basic summary of who each bot is, and then they just let that shit go. And like these motherfuckers are like living real little lives. It's really taking me to the theory of, are we in a fucking simulation? Because we're able to create a simulation already. It's very basic and rudimentary, but it's a real fucking simulation. And the programmers can act as God, like they can intervene in the little AI world, or they can pick an individual AI bot and give it a command that is interpreted as a inner voice or a inner whisper. So the bot thinks that it came up with this idea itself, and but it's way more elaborate.
The world. They will actually form memories of the world. They will reflect on these memories, and that will inform their future behavior. Hey, welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about an extremely exciting project from Google and Stanford, bringing together artificial intelligence, making sandbox environments absolutely come to life in what potentially could be the future of how video games behave.
So the way I keep thinking about this shit is, if you had a real AI bot as an NPC in a video game. Okay, Grand Theft Auto is one of the most well-known sandbox games. So what if every NPC character in the game could give you a real-time response to your avatar interacting with them in the game? Every NPC has its own self-identity, its own daily agenda that it adheres to, and it can build memories. And so now when you come across different characters in the video game, it's just not, I mean, of course, in order to maintain some kind of overall story plot, I'm pretty sure that they would have to program, many NPCs to participate in the story so they can go in a certain direction. But at the same time, it's like almost everybody could play the game and still have a different experience. So that's what procedural generation did a little while ago, like with No Man's Sky, because the worlds are created as you explore them. They're not, it's not like they're hard programmed into the software. It's for each planet to be a certain way. It only becomes a certain way once somebody discovers the planet, and then it's solidified as is. But until someone actually discovers it, it exists, but it doesn't exist. And so that makes it like exploration truly unique for everybody who plays the game, because you're not going to see the same things as another player, even though it is the same game, same software and everything. And so I think that's what like AI bots could do with NPCs in video games, just make the games way more dynamic and way more um, tailored to the individual player and play style. I got a piece of Twizzler in my tooth and that shit will not come out.
With this project, there's the promise of actually being able to give NPCs an entire life and allowing them to live their own life in a world that they create. I'm really excited to show you this. Let's get into it. So here's the paper. It's called Generative Agents, Interactive Simulacra of Human Behavior. And I actually had to look up what that word meant. It means an image or representation of something else. And what this paper does is put together an architecture for creating generative agents, basically characters that you can put in a game, and it's much more than that, but I'm going to simplify it. Characters that you can put in a game and allow them to live their lives with very little input from the user. And they go and they interact with their world, they interact with other characters completely on their own. And this is using ChatGPT, of course. So the researchers gave these generative agents about a paragraph of text to describe what they are, who they are, and from that, they're able to live their lives. And here's a couple examples. Generative agents wake up, cook breakfast, and head to work. Artists paint while authors write. They form opinions. notice each other, and initiate conversations. They remember and reflect on days past as they plan the next day. Now, that last part is super interesting. As they experience the world, they will actually form memories of the world. They'll reflect on these memories, and that will inform their future behavior. So again, no longer are we going to have static NPCs. These are NPCs that are going to interact and understand and learn from their world and change their behavior based on that. It is so, so cool. Here it says they store a complete record of the agent's experiences using natural language, synthesize those memories over time into higher level reflections, and retrieve them dynamically to plan behavior. I mean, really, really cool.
Bro.
You can imagine how video games are going to be influenced by this paper
crazy
in the future. So this game was inspired by The Sims, but it looks really akin to RimWorld in terms of design. They may have actually used RimWorld to build the sandbox game. So the first example this paper talks about is a Valentine's Day party. And all they said to one of the agents was, hey, you're going to have a Valentine's Day party. And from that, let's read what it says.
So yeah, now this is the first part that I heard from this other podcast. The guys on the podcast were talking about this part, saying that somebody made a game with looking at AI, and they gave one AI a prompt: plan a Valentine's party, and that's all they did, and they just left it like that. And this is what happened when they told one bot to plan a Valentine's party.
Autonomously spread invitations to the party over the next 2 days, making new acquaintances. They said to one of the agents was, hey, you're going to have a Valentine's Day party. And from that, let's read what it says. The agents autonomously spread invitations to the party over the next 2 days, making new acquaintances, asking each other out on dates to the party, and coordinating to show up for the party together at the right time. Again, all of this was based on a very simple push of, hey, you're going to have a Valentine's Day party.
And then I watched another guy who broke that little part down a little bit more about the levels of separation. So what happened was they told one bot to plan a party. That one bot told 9 other bots. Now there's 25 bots living in this city. So one bot told 9 other bots. So that's 1 degree of separation. Out of those 9 bots, 2 bots invited 2 more bots themselves. So that's 2 degrees of separation. And within that group of bots, 2 bots decided to go together as a date. And all they did was give one bot one prompt. And it had this effect for all these degrees of separation. Then these 2 other bots planned to go together. So they had to coordinate a time and all. Like, this shit is fucking wild, bro.
So let's talk about a few of the things I found in this paper that were super interesting to me. I'll link the paper down below in the description. The agents act consistently with their past experiences and react believably to their environments. Again, we haven't really seen that in video games ever. Maybe The Sims, but this is like The Sims on steroids. And through all these interactions in-game, emergent social phenomena occurs. So here it says, constantly growing memories as new interactions, conflicts, and events arise and fade over time, while handling cascading social dynamics that unfold between multiple agents. Success requires an approach that can retrieve relevant events and interactions over a long period, reflect on those memories to generalize and draw higher level inferences, and apply that reasoning to create plans and reactions that both make sense in the moment and in the longer term arc of that agent's behavior. And of course, I'm talking about this through the lens of video games because I'm personally very excited about that application. But they mention a few other applications which I think are notable. One application they talk about is social roleplay scenarios, or for an example, interview preparation, where somebody can rehearse safely a very difficult and conflict-related conversation. And another way generative agents can be used is with social platform prototyping. So before a new social platform goes live, you can release a bunch of these generative agents, let them interact with each other, test the edges, test the bounds of that social platform before actually releasing it to the public, the humans. And you can test all of the negative things that could possibly happen within that platform. So here's the little town that they created. It's called Smallville. It's a sandbox world. They have a park, co-living space, bar, cafe, basically all the things that you would expect in a little town. And within a house, they have a bathroom, kitchen, common room, bedrooms, garden, etc. And agents, generative agents in this world understand all of these different things that are available to them within this world. A community of 25 agents inhabit Smallville. Each agent is represented by a simple sprite avatar. We authored one paragraph of natural language description to depict each agent's identity, including their occupation and relationship with other agents as...
Bro, this shit is a weekly thing now. So this whole scenario, this game that Google and Stanford has created, this guy is reading the research paper that they have already written about the evidence that they've so far collected. So that means they've already built, programmed, ran, tested, documented, and then wrote this paper. So this shit is already old as hell. This is at least months. You know, this whole project is months old before we're having access to the actual, published research paper on it. It takes a while to get to this point. So imagine where it's at now already. And this is what Ray Kurzweil predicted like in the 70s, that our computing capacity would double every 18 months. And that doubling would start to pick up and accelerate the more advanced we get. And so now it's going from, like 18 months to fucking 9 months to 6 months to 3 months to 3 weeks where we can see advancements. Because I was just using Midjourney's, well, it's actually bro. Now look, this is what I'm saying, man. And it's not perfect, and I don't need it to be because I can just use it as a reference. But I just typed some shit in to the generator. I said, roller skating party, black people on roller skates, poster art, Juneteenth poster. And it's giving me something close. And it's not roller skates. It's still, it has trouble doing roller skates, but I can just put skates on this shit, yo. I can just make them into skates. So, but it's just making this shit off of words, yo. I'm just using words. And it just made that shit for me telling it to. And it still doesn't get a lot of things right. But this is now. And in 2-3 months, like, it'll be better. This is craziness. I'll show you something else I've been fucking with. OpenAI is the chatbot. This is the actual GPT chat. All right. So here, this is my prompt. At the top here is the pink one is my prompt. The green is the response. My prompt says, write a 8-page book for children ages 4 to 6. The story is about a little girl helping her mother plant flowers in their garden. The daughter's name is Lily. While helping her mom, she learns the names of different flowers. That's all I wrote. That's 1, 2, 3. I wrote 4 sentences, right? That's 4 sentences. Everything else, this is what the chatbot wrote. I wrote 4 sentences. It gave me all of this. Once upon a time, in a small house with a beautiful garden, lived a little girl named Lily. Lily loved playing in the garden and watching all the pretty flowers grow. One sunny morning, she woke up to the sound of birds chirping and her mother humming. She ran outside to see her mother getting ready to plant new flowers in the garden. "Good morning, Lily," her mother said with a smile. "Would you like to help me plant some flowers today?" Lily jumped up and down with excitement. "Yes, please," she said. Her mother gave her a small shovel and showed her how to dig holes in the soil. Lily carefully dug a small hole and placed a tiny seed inside. Her mother then covered it with soil and showed her how to water it. "What kind of flowers are we planting today, Mama?" Lily asked. "We're planting all kinds of flowers, sweetie," her mother replied. "We have some daisies, sunflowers, roses, lilies, just like your name." Lily smiled with joy. She had always loved flowers, but she never knew their names. And it goes on and on. And bro, this is what it is now, man. Look, it just is. It just is what it is. The shit make art for you. The shit write for you. I'm just trying to keep up. I'm struggling, but I'm trying. I try to keep up, man. And now they got this chatbot talking to itself as 25 different people and making plans for parties and going on dates and shit. Just this program. It's probably happening right now where you're emailing a company or something and getting an email back and it's not a real person. When you go to like different websites and a little chat box pop up on the side and say, "Hey, how can we help you today?" That's not a real person. It's this shit right here. And the voices are getting so good when you, well, most people do shit online anyway, I can say, but if you were to call anything, like call to make reservations at a restaurant or call to book a hotel or something, you're not gonna have to talk to a real person no more at all. And now, like, so I have to deal with family court from time to time, and trying to call Philadelphia family court, it's not happening. It's not. You're not. You're not gonna talk to nobody. You have to go to Philadelphia and go to court to talk to a person. And it says, "Oh, well, you can wait for the next available assistant." You're not gonna get nobody. I don't care how long you wait. You can wait their whole entire workday. You can wait 8 hours on the phone. They're not gonna pick up for you. Not at Philadelphia Family Court. So with shit like this, you don't need people like that anymore. You can just put them online with the chat bot who knows everything, who doesn't have to say, no, it knows everything, and it can sound like a real person. Yes, Mr. Prince, I can help you with that. One moment, please. Here's the information you're looking for, and your next appointment is. And you won't have to sit on the phone for 40 minutes trying to really get a good answer, and you won't have to go through. If you're looking for this department, press 1. Como te llamas? It's like, come on, man. But it's interesting. It's very interesting. And like I say, man, this is the beginning. We are still in the phase. This ain't even phase 1. This is a lot of this shit like beta. If we are anywhere, it's that real, because everything says test or try or test, like, and when you go to Mid Journey, it says, okay, I'm gonna just see exactly what all of these say when you first try to go to them. So let's see what it says when you go to the site. If we go to Mid Journey, and then you go to their site, and then you click here, and it says, told you, that shit says join the beta. Join the beta. So they're saying this is still in the test phase. Join the beta. So they're saying we're even the developers know that they're nowhere near what this is going to be. They're nowhere near what this is going to be. And the thing is, online right now, 1 million people. Right now. How many members? 15 million people are actively helping to train this beta program. We're all helping to train this shit. Because when we get good shit, we share it. And we like everybody else's stuff that is awesome. And when we get bad shit, we delete it. Or we comment it as bad. And so it's learning from that. Okay, everybody likes this image of a dog better than this image of a dog. So I know that dogs look more like this. And with 15 million people and at least 1 million people online constantly, it's not going to take 18 months or 9 months anymore. This shit is going to move exponentially fast. Way faster than we can imagine. Bro, these all character designs for Disney movies or any kind of anime movies, no more hard ass fucking starting from scratch. All character design is super easy now. And some of this shit right here, bro, these look like fucking pictures. I gotta see this one. Man, if you saw that on somebody's Instagram or Facebook or something, bro, you couldn't tell me you wouldn't think that's a picture of somebody did like some little nice tent in their backyard or something. I don't see nobody doing real people on here. Oh, there goes some real people. Kinda. What if we go to some cool little clip art, poster art type shit. That's kind of like something like I was trying to make, like posters and shit. Man, you can just make anything with this shit, man. Like that shit like a real person. I don't know what photographers are gonna do. I don't know what graphic design artists are gonna do. I don't know what script writers are gonna do. Hey man, like yeah, man. Mm-mm.
Prompt. I've taken this and we've put this into GPT-4. We can. This is that what they will do is create the agents, and then they have like a time step in the game. So this using RL, and they point out Alpha Star for StarCraft, the OpenAI 5 for Dota. But they point out that those things are much more adversarial, where you're trying to kill the opponent playing this game or something like that. Whereas here, they're looking much more for collaborative sort of things and more natural human behavior coming out of this. Another example of where people have done something like this in the past came out of Salesforce, where they actually tried to get an AI with RL to manage a simulated economy, which was also very interesting. And I do wonder if the next step for some of this is to start going in that direction with the framework that these people have created. So you can see that this is their mock world. It's got a bunch of things like park, it's got places that people can go to. In their houses, it's got different parts in the house so people can move around. The generative agents can move around, can interact in these locations. So you can see, first off, they talk about creating this idea of creating the agent. So they give an example here of a prompt to create an agent. And this is sort of key to a lot of this, is that what they will do is create the agents, and then they have like a time step in the game. So at every increment of time in the game, they ask each agent, what are you doing? Both what are you thinking and what action are you taking? And if they're in a conversation, what's the conversation, that kind of thing. So just to sort of show you an example of this, let's look at GPT-4, where I've done the same kind of thing that we can look at here. So we've basically got your AI behind an NPC game character called David Bourne. Now, this prompt I've just put in there, I'm sure their prompts are probably much nicer, and unfortunately I don't think they've published all their prompts. But then we can take an example description like what they've done. And so here I've created this character. I've used some of their description from some of the other people in there. But I've made a new character, right? David Bourne is a restaurateur at the Jason's Sushi Restaurant on Brunswick Street, Fitzroy. And he's always looking to make the process of running his business easier for his customers. So we can see a little bit about him. He's married. We've got what his wife does. We've got his his child here, what they're studying, and we can see also his relationships with other people in there. So then what I've basically done is set this up so that at each time step, I enter the command new time step. I want you to list the time of day and the action that David Bourne is taking in this conversation. And then I give it some examples. New time step, 6 a.m., David is asleep. New time step. And then sure enough, it can generate, okay, 7:30, David is having breakfast with his family. New time step. Now, in the game, I'm sure they're probably specifying actually when these new time steps, if it's like every 10 minutes, every 5 minutes, that kind of thing. The large language model is pretty good at sort of working out that, okay, at 7:30 a.m., he's doing this. At 9 a.m., David is opening Jason's sushi restaurant and preparing for the day's customers. Okay, and then I basically say, if he's in a conversation, show us the conversation. So 11:30, he's taking a lunch order from his neighbor, and we can see that this is the conversation that occurred. That, hi David, I'd like to have some salmon, sushi, please, of course, and get a sense of what's going on here. And we can see there's other conversations going on. We can actually then ask it to generate a whole bunch of time steps. Here I've asked it to generate 10 between 3 p.m. and 10 p.m. And you can see, sure enough, it gives these in a nice order, and they make sense for the character that we've described, that is David, is the restaurateur. And so that's kind of what they're doing here. Once they create these characters, is they're creating this idea of running it through in a timestamp. And actually later on you'll see when they get to, I'll jump around a bit, you'll see they're creating this this is going into eventually going to go into the memory stream of where we can see, okay, a timestamp of what the character is doing at the various time, etc. In the paper they do talk about that you can actually go in as a character yourself and interact with people, and that will then change how they interact as well. Because just as I showed you making the David Bourne, you would have one of these for each of the agents, and each time they interact, this is where the memory comes in. So each of them has a memory of what they've done, and they can go through, they can update that, they can use that to plan for the next thing. So this example sort of day in the life gives them some of the key things that we were talking about with the time steps and stuff like that. They point out that you start to see these social behaviors. And for me, what the really interesting part, though, is this kind of memory system. So let me look at the diagram, and I'll go through it and explain what's going on. So each character perceives something in the world. So as we saw this get the GPT-4 explaining what David was doing, that's like him perceiving it. That gets put into the memory stream. And the memory stream will look something like this, where you've got timestamps with things that the character actually saw. It's then got to basically work out how to use these memories and how to take actions. So to do that, it's got a few different things. So it's got a way of retrieving memories, and we'll look at this. It uses a weighting system to do this. And then once it's retrieved those memories, it either makes a plan, and if it makes a plan, that plan gets put back into a sort of memory of its own, or it reflects on it. So the whole idea of the reflection is very cool in that it can take you can sort of think about the reflection as being like a summarization. So it can take a conversation that David has had with someone talking about something for work, and then it can summarize the key parts of that David needs to remember. And that will then go back into a sort of memory system there. And these retrieved memories, so this is sort of a loop going around, loops going around here. These retrieved memories are then used with the plan to actually decide what actions to take. Once it's got those relevant memories, once it's retrieved those actions, it determines the action and it takes the next step on this. They go in quite in depth about how they do the memory retrieval for this. One of the cool things that they mention in here is this whole sort of weighting system of like, how do you actually remember, how do you actually determine what to focus on and what's important kind of thing. So you don't want to remember everything because that's just going to clutter it up, and also the context span of the large language model is going to be too small for you to put everything in to that context span. So they use basically a weighting system for doing this. And this brings up a whole interesting sort of thing as well. So they weight basically on recency. So obviously things that are more recent, you're going to remember more. So they use that, and then that decays over time. So further the time steps are you away from that happening, the memory of that will be less. They do the importance of something. So if something is important, more likely to remember it. Also, the relevance is something that's going to determine you being able to remember something. If it's a relevant topic to you, you're more likely to do this. So you can see that these are the numbers that they're getting. The importance one is a really interesting one, because how do you decide what's important? So they actually give you a prompt. I've taken this and we've put this into GPT-4. We can play around with this. So you can see this is the prompt on a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 is purely mundane and 10 is extremely poignant. Rate the poignancy of the following piece of David's memory. So the memory here would be ordering cleaning supplies for his restaurant from the supermarket. That's going to get a rating of 2. And then I say, okay, applying for a loan from the bank for a restaurant expansion. Now, this is something you would expect that would be much more important. Sure enough, it gets a rating of 7. Then I was interested to test it with things like that are more personal. So we can kind of elicit David's values in some ways here. That, David's son getting in trouble at school and David having to go to a parent-teacher meeting next Tuesday, well, that's a 6 for him. It's not as important as his expansion, but it's obviously a lot more important than him ordering the cleaning supplies. So each of these is just a sort of simple example, and this could be informed more by the character of David that we set up, and we set up his values in the prompt as well. And they may be doing something like that. The idea, once they've got this though, they're able to then sort of work out, okay, what do you actually pay attention to in these? And then from these memories, what gets passed to a language model to use for planning, or to use for planning and taking action, or for doing reflections. And this is where the reflections come in. So generative agents, when equipped with only raw observations, struggle to generalize or make inferences. So this makes a lot of sense, right? If you think about it, that when you look at something only at a surface level, humans don't really do that. We tend to think things through and think, how do they relate to other things in our life? How, what information was more important, that kind of thing. And this is where the reflection comes in. So it can take things like conversations and actions and stuff like that, and it can reflect on the higher level, more abstract thoughts from this. This is where they basically generate more thoughts doing this. And this is done through, they talk about here, using a prompt where, given only the information above, what are the 3 most salient high-level questions we can answer about the subjects in the statements? And they give some examples of talking to people, talking to this Klaus Muller, and he's obviously perhaps in the conversation talking at a very low level, about his research project and stuff like that. The high level stuff is that he's writing a research paper, he enjoys reading a book, he's conversing with these people, right? There's different things that are, much more high level, and they're kind of like the summarizations of the key things that we would pass into the language model for doing the planning and doing the action steps that are in here. Finally, coming to the planning and reacting, again, this is done through having a sequence. They generate a sequence of future actions for the agent, and they try to, the goal is to keep the agent's behavior consistent over time. A plan includes a location, a starting time, a duration. So that could be one of the characters going to the park and painting for 4 hours. So you've got the location, you've got what the actual action is doing, a starting time, duration in there. And that, like reflections, plans are stored in the memory stream and are included in the retrieval process. This allows the agent to consider observations, reflections, and plans all together when deciding on how to behave. So agents may change their plans midstream as well. So as they're doing these reflection things, as they're doing the planning, they're using this memory, and they're sort of putting it in there just through generating it. You can see in here they've given some examples based on this, what would actually be some of the plans, and we can see that, okay, the plan might be to wake up, complete morning routine, go to college, so this is for the student, work on the particular projects from this time to this time. It gives you a nice plan for this. And then that would be fed in with what we looked up earlier on to generate the next time steps. So the next time steps might change if they bump into someone, but if they're just by themselves, they're probably going to stick to their plan over time. And you can see this, they talk about, reacting and updating to plans. They operate in an action loop. So one of the big things is to understand this sort of game loop that's going on, that at each point, like a new time is set, and all the characters or all the agents go through and run their evaluation and their planning and looking at their action and return that. That actually is getting stored in kind of like a graph or a tree structure that's used in JSON to actually plot all this out. So when we're looking at this, if I come down here, we want to find, let's say we find this character running around. This is actually all just using a game engine called Phaser to do this. And my guess is that they've gone through, they may have made it from scratch, or they may have taken one of the tutorials and edited it. You can see there are some examples of tutorials in here of how to build something a little bit sort of like this. And using this is basically just rendering out from JSON. So they do talk about in here that the goal of what they're doing is that this environment is built with Phaser, that they're using JSON to actually store this and then sandbox it, and then they kind of flatten out the JSON for feeding it into large language models. So if there are certain things that they need from the JSON, they've obviously got some ways of deciding what they need and then taking those things and flattening them out. There's a lot of engineering to this, not just AI stuff. There's a lot of really interesting sort of engineering going on in here. And yeah, they talk about how they put all this together. It is interesting to look at the prompts that they use. So one of the things I haven't covered is the dialogue. So they've got a whole sort of dialogue system of where they're basically just sort of kicking it off with a prompt and seeing, okay, what do they get back from the dialogue? Those dialogues are fed into the memory of each of the agents that was involved in that dialogue. That's where you get things like the Valentine's Day party is a dialogue of where one agent says to another one, hey, there's this party, it's on at this time. And then that goes into the person who's listening's memory, and then they're able to use that to tell another agent. That's how it actually happens through this. Anyway, I'm conscious I've gone very long on this video. I have a read of the paper. Just come in and try some of the ideas out in something like ChatGPT. They actually use ChatGPT, not GPT-4, for doing this. You can see that with just a little bit of playing with GPT-4, I was able to get this generating similar kinds of things. So it does show that this is something that you could go through the paper and reproduce if you want to. It's fun to just come back and look at the game itself and see what's going on, what they're doing. We can see, what's this person doing? If we look down here, we can see, okay, this is where they are. This is the conversation that they've got going on.
Yeah, how do you? I tried to find that.
Right?
Like,
So
I want to see the actual game running.
Stop it and look at it. But we can see that if we follow one of these characters, we can see what's going on with them over time. And this is just being rendered from the JSON, right, that we're looking at. This is obviously, we're not playing out in real time. It's being created first with the language models. I mentioned that all the calls to the different language models might take a little bit of time, but once they've got this, they can then render out a whole day or something quite easily. So that was the paper, Generative Agents, Interactive Simulacra of Human Behavior. Very cool paper, I think. Some really interesting ideas. You're definitely going to see this kind of thing happen and coming to sort of non-player characters in games. Also a lot of uses for simulation and interactive role play with humans. So allowing humans to try out different things before they actually do it in the real world is a really good use for this kind of technology. Please, if you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. If you found this video useful, please click like and subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Bye for now. Projects that people have been waiting on for quite a while to come out is the Open Assistant. And this came out just over the weekend, both models, user interface, and data sets. And we're going to look at all of them. So the Open Assistant is basically a project that was launched by a group of prompt. I've taken this and we've put this into
face all this shit. My bad. I'm trying to type something real quick. I cannot find this shit. How come everybody else? This right here says download PDF. I don't want to download that shit to this laptop though. Demos, code, data, and media. Demos. Related papers. Fuck it.
You own your home in Pennsylvania, but still rent your electricity? If you pay more than $70 a month on electricity, then you might already know about the $0 down solar program that became available this year. But I won't lie to you. Not every...
Yo, welcome back to the coolest channel on YouTube, man. Make sure you go ahead and smash that like button, man, because this video right here is going to be magnificent. But look, man, hopefully y'all been having a good day. Just know, man, if you're having a tough time going through this thing called life together, never in it by yourself, people. I'm telling you, man, good vibes only, man. But without further ado, let's hop into this video. Y'all know how we do.
Was why are there so many UFO sightings lately? And I guess there is no definite answer to that question. What I do know is that if we take a look back in the past and the present, you'll find out that apparently these objects or unexplained phenomena were always there. Old paintings, very old paintings, old photographs and videos.
Right.
It's there. I guess that what changed is the fact that nowadays no one goes outside without a phone camera. So people now have the opportunity to actually capture these bizarre and strange phenomena in the sky and post it to social media.
Bro, this changing different shapes, bro.
Now, I'm not too sure if this is exactly what's going on. Maybe there was a rise on such phenomena. All I know is that taking a look at the videos that were posted to social media in the past couple of weeks, there's something strange going on, and I'm going to show you guys. It all started a couple of weeks ago in the state of Texas when people located in Kyle and Austin started noticing a heat lightning storm approaching in the distance. Now, if you don't know what a heat lightning is, it's when you see a storm approaching from far away and you can't hear the thunder, but you can see the constant lightning. Now, this sort of phenomenon is actually normal and mostly occurs during the summer. However, in this case, there was something really creepy about it, and most people immediately noticed it and started recording it with their cameras, and this is what they saw.
Oh, nigga, like, hey, no cap, you see it.
You see that cloud? What? You see that cloud going in? Go. Up and go. Wait. You see that? That's my scene, sir. Go. Look at this. I see it, Mom. We're watching.
What appears to be a spaceship-like object can be seen, apparently hiding in the clouds. And it caught the attention of several people all over Texas, and this, for instance, is another video of the supposed object.
Bro, come look at this, bro. Look at this.
You see? See?
Oh, look right there. Look. The way it looks. Look.
Oh,
You see it?
oh.
What is that?
Several videos of this phenomenon were posted to social media. And if we slow-mo and replay some of the videos, you'll clearly see what appears to be a spaceship-like object within the clouds. Some internet users believe that this is just a shelf cloud or a lenticular cloud of some sort, which could be the answer for what we're looking at. Others think that this is something else entirely. And if we slow-mo the video, it does look like there's something hiding inside the cloud. It is quite strange, but it gets even stranger with a bizarre phenomenon captured in China. Now, I don't know if you remember this, but a couple of months ago, I uploaded a video to YouTube about a strange phenomenon that occurred in the skies of China. And in this video, we can see something in the sky, but I don't even know how to begin to describe it. What makes it even stranger is that a couple of days ago, it happened once again, but this time it seems in Hong Kong. Check this out. What appears to be scattered spots of light can be seen in the sky.
It's like the ceiling is cracked. Like the top of the firmament is breaking to pieces and shit falling off of it, right? That's crazy.
Internet users were completely baffled by it. However, some think that this could actually be just a street pole or maybe a building reflecting light in the fog, which actually makes sense. However, other internet users state that this is actually some sort of unexplained phenomenon. Now, if we take into consideration that this is not the first time that such phenomenon occurs in this region, and that in both videos, the people that are watching it are completely baffled by it, recording it with their phone cameras, this might just be something other than a building or a street pole. It might be something else entirely. Something that I'm not sure why reminds me of a painting done in the 1500s by Hans Glaser of a phenomenon that occurred supposedly in Nuremberg in Germany. But when it comes to strange phenomena in the sky, there's more. A couple of days ago, several people between the region of Campeche in Mexico and Guatemala captured a bizarre object in the sky. When Frederick 0003 saw this strange phenomenon, he immediately caught his camera and started recording it, and this is what he saw.
Luces vistas en Guatemala.
What appears to be a luminous object can be seen crossing the sky just behind the clouds. First, many internet users suggested that this is a space launch of some sort. However, another video was posted to the internet, and in this video you can clearly see that there's something strange about it. Whatever this thing is that we clearly see in both videos appears to be actually following another smaller object. If we slow-mo and zoom in on the video, you can clearly see what appears to be a smaller object, a very smaller object, swooshing away above the clouds, and then the larger luminous object hovers by. So whatever's going on here, it might just be some sort of unidentified or unexplained phenomenon, or maybe something else entirely. But I'm not too.
I ain't even gonna cap with y'all right now. Look, I think opinion is, y'all let me know how y'all feel about this in the comments down below. I think this one right here could be Blue Beam for sure. For sure. You know, they're just practicing out their capabilities right now. Trying to warm y'all up for the Big Bang.
Now just imagine the following situation. You decide to go on a fishing trip with a couple of friends of yours on this beautiful weekend. And you travel to this very far away place, very far away from any big city. When you get there, everybody's fishing, having fun, and all you can hear is the sound of birds chirping, the laughter from your friends, and nature all around you. It really looks like one of those summer days or summer vacation Hollywood type movies. Everything's just great. This is until everyone starts hearing this mysterious humming sound that appears to be coming from the sky.
That's when you leave the whole state.
It gets louder and louder and scares the crap out of everyone, and everyone looks around. There's nothing in the sky that could actually explain where the sound is coming from. Then all of a sudden it stops, just like it started, from out of nowhere.
Hey, baby, come on. We got, hey, just leave everything here. We just gonna, fuck it. Leave the house, everything. Kids, they got, hey, look, let's go. I'm playing. But that's crazy, though. What would y'all do in this situation, man? Like, are y'all trying to find out where that sound come from? Like they do in the movies and shit, and you find out it's a big-ass monster and he gonna eat you? Like, I don't know, man. What you gonna do? Y'all let me know in the comments, man. Like, yeah. Hey, fellas, though, I'm gonna tell you this, though. Don't be letting your lady send you out there to go look for this shit, man, because you know how that's gonna go, bro. You feel me? Like, sometimes we gotta be unbrave and just be a little bit smarter about this shit.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like something from out of a sci-fi or horror movie, doesn't it? But what if I told you that it's not coming from a horror movie? What if I told you that this is actually something that has been occurring more and more often lately all over the world? And to this day, experts and researchers have absolutely no idea how to explain this. Unfortunately for us, the first reports of such phenomenon were heard in the 1800s, a time where people did not have easy access to recorders or cameras. So we don't have any idea how it first sounded like in the 1800s. Places like Australia, the UK, and some parts of the United States report feeling the buildings and houses shake together with this mysterious humming sound that appears to be coming from the sky. Coming from the sky?
Hey, but you hear it though, the 1850s, that's when that big solar flare had hit too. So the Schumann resonance been off the scale and they've been blocking it out. I'm just gonna put y'all on game, man. Y'all go check it for yourself. They've been blocking it out so you can't see the readings for days at times when we're having huge spikes in Schumann resonance and stuff like that. So is all of this stuff aligning? Well, this is still dumb. You feel me?
You sure that?
And uninformed.
Sounds like a trumpet though.
However, fast forward to the year 2000s, and you have several videos of such phenomenon. But then, all of a sudden, it stopped. This is until last year, and this year, all of a sudden, it started happening again. And one of the first videos that came to my attention was one posted in Wyoming. This is the video. Mr. Fancy Champagne posted a video online. Many internet users left comments saying that this was really strange and it could have something to do with Yellowstone becoming active. Even though this is a very far-fetched idea, many internet users seemed to agree, but there were others who didn't. They stated that this was actually just a helicopter or an airplane, even though the sound does last for a long time, and it's really strange for a helicopter to be flying around that area at that time of night for that long. Well, after some time, the internet just shrugged it off as a coincidence. Then, a couple of days later, someone posted a very similar video, but this time in Ireland. And this is the video.
Sound like a T-Rex, nigga.
Even though the humming sound isn't exactly the same, it started drawing people's attention. What was this mysterious sound? But it didn't stop there. A couple of days ago, Jay posted a very similar video, but this time, an even creepier one.
What the sound? You can hear that, right?
Yeah, what is this?
I've got no idea. Rub the bunny down. Can't say anything, but I can certainly hear that. What the is that? That is weird. Oh, look, there's birds flying up there.
At the time, Jay was with his friends and family in a place called Bonnie Doon in Australia, and they were all baffled by this mysterious sound. And as Jay himself states, it seemed like it's coming from the sky, but all around too. It was so loud that none of us could tell where it was coming from. And looking at Google Earth, there is absolutely nothing around Bonnie Doon that could actually explain the origin of this mysterious sound. While some internet users suggest that this could actually have something to do with Earth's magnetic field and solar flares, others suggest that these are just airplanes very high up in the sky doing some sort of maneuver or something like that.
Hey, we gotta call out the man. We gotta call out the bullshit. Straight up malarkey, y'all. Like these are people are pussy, man. Like I'm just gonna say that straight off rip, man. They pussy, man. Like they come up with any lame ass excuse to try to justify something that they're uncomfortable with, man. Just because you're uncomfortable with it doesn't mean that it's not happening, people. Let's keep going though, man. It's crazy. It's malarkey, Eric.
Experts and researchers who study the topic suggest that it could be coming from shallow earthquakes, underwater caves collapsing, possible solar flares, and the list goes on. To this day, no one knows exactly what or where they come from, which makes all of this just even more mysterious. And the question is, why all of a sudden happen in different places like Wyoming, Ireland, and Australia? What's going on? What's your take? And have you ever heard anything similar? For some mysterious reason in the past couple of months, a very bizarre and creepy topic has been trending all over social media. And it's a topic that I've covered before on my channel, but for some reason it just keeps growing and getting more attention. And I guess one of the reasons is because everyone has a phone camera nowadays, so there must be thousands of people recording strange videos every day. And most likely at this point, if you've been scrolling enough around the internet, you've probably come across this mysterious and creepy creature known as a skinwalker.
Wow. Nigga, not personally, but we're gonna see one now. Huh.
Just out there. There's she right there. Yeah.
The thing is, when searching the topic online, most of the videos that you'll find are either fake or not even related to the topic at all. But before I show you some of the creepiest videos sent to me this week, let me explain a little bit about skinwalkers. The legend or myth of the Skinwalker originates from the Navajo tribe, and it's considered to be a part of the Navajo cultural belief, and it's passed down through generations. So even though it is considered a myth in our society, to them it's very real. A skinwalker in Native American folklore is described as a person who has the ability to transform into an animal or any other creature. And it is also believed that this skinwalker gained a mysterious power of some sort through dark magic. And although the legend is primarily associated with Navajo mythology, similar beliefs are also found in other Native American cultures as well. In other words, you don't want to encounter something like this in the woods all alone. However, it was sort of what happened with Maud Owens, who was with a group of friends somewhere in Oregon, riding their bikes, having fun, when all of a sudden he started distancing himself from the group. And it was when he came across a couple of tree branches blocking the way that he thought that maybe he should go back. But he didn't. So he hopped over the trees, and this is when something really strange happened.
You asking for it, brother?
Kinda creepy. Oh, this way. This is where most people would turn around. You turn around and you never get to see what's on the other side. That's where all the gold is waiting over there. Could be missing out what's on the other side.
Oh, don't get quiet now, motherfucker.
Hello?
His booty hole got real tight. Look. My boy about to be out!
At first, what sounds like distant screams for help can be clearly heard in Maud Owens' video. And it's when he replies, hello, that he realizes that this thing isn't distant at all. It's actually really close to him, and it sounds like it's really big. Now at this point, he does what anyone would do, and he gets the heck out of there as fast as possible, not knowing what was out there. After he posted the video to TikTok, it amassed millions of views and thousands of comments, and people were completely baffled by it. Some internet users believe that this is just a bobcat or a mountain lion or something like that.
Could be.
While other internet users believe that this could actually be a legitimate skinwalker encounter of some sort. Now, if we replay the video, you can clearly hear at some point this creature screaming, "Help me."
Hello?
So I don't think a mountain lion or a bobcat would be able to do that, but I could be wrong. Also, in some legend,
I think he's wrong, bro. I think it could be a bobcat or mountain lion, because they do sound like that. Like, real talk. Let me know how y'all feel about it in the comments down below. Are we tracking here? Are we on the right path? Because everything is just not extraterrestrial or some damn monster in the woods, man. That's just as scary, though. Bobcat, mountain lions, fucking bears and stuff like that. Like, come on now. That's imminent danger, for real.
and folklore, it is known that the skinwalker has the ability to lure people in, pretending to be a human being in a distressful situation when in reality it already transformed itself into an animal or creature ready to approach you at any moment.
Not like that. Don't do that.
So this could be just a coincidence of some sort, and it's a bobcat or a mountain lion, or it could be the real deal. But when it comes to skinwalkers, it doesn't stop there. Jimena has a very interesting social media account where she posts normal videos of her hiking in the woods and living in Patagonia in Argentina. You won't find mysterious, creepy, or strange videos in her account. However, there's one specific encounter that she had in the woods that left her absolutely creeped out. And this is what she caught on camera.
Increíble lugar, no puedo creer. Aún viviendo casi 5 años, recién ahora empiezo a conocer algunos sitios.
Did you see that? What appears to be some sort of strange humanoid figure can be seen showing up behind her from out of nowhere. Internet users were completely baffled. Some suggest that this is a woman walking behind her. Others state that this is just a tree that was cut in half and left there with a sign of some sort. Others believe that this could actually be a Nahual, an entity that lives in the forest and is able to shapeshift into creatures, just like a skinwalker. But the thing is, if we slow-mo and replay the video a couple of times, you'll see that whatever this thing is, it seems to be moving, but it's not a person at all. Now, Jay Mena posted another video showing the pathway that she was in, and it's just too narrow for someone to pass by her without being noticed in the camera before appearing in the background. So whatever this thing is, it's as if it didn't want to be seen, but she accidentally somehow captured it on camera. So what is it? Could it be an entity, a skinwalker, or maybe...
Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. With the money you saved, we tried electric unicycles.
I think I got it.
Doggy paddle. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Be something else entirely. But when it comes to the legend of skinwalkers, an internet account by the name of Queenology100 captured a very interesting video recently. She says that it was late at night and she was sleeping inside her home when all of a sudden she heard the noise of two cats fighting just in front of her porch. You know how cats can be noisy when they fight and all that. So she got out of bed and went to her window to check out what was going on, and this is what happened.
Going off when they be fighting though, it should be funny.
After a while, she decided to go outside to see if she could maybe scare the cats away and go back to sleep. And this is when things take a really strange turn.
We gotta watch that again.
If you watch closely, it appears as if one of the cat's shadow actually transforms into a human being and walks away in the middle of the night. And if you take a look at her social media account, there are no other strange videos. This is the only one, which most likely means that she wasn't aiming for views when she posted this video. She was most likely looking for answers. But who knows? Either there was someone behind that car actually waiting to snatch one of the cats in the middle of the night, which would be really strange. Or maybe Queenology100 actually captured something pretty strange that night, and it could be a skinwalker. But when it...
Not even gonna hold you. Seems official to me. I gotta watch it a few more times though. Y'all watch that back on your own time, rewind it or whatever, and let us know in the comments down below how y'all feel about it. That's crazy. Just know, man, look, when people go back to review these videos, y'all are the hieroglyphs down here, man. How are y'all thinking about this, man? Let's rationalize this in the comments down below. It's gonna get lit for this one, because I don't know. It looked like the nigga picked the cat up and walked away. Like, yeah, you know, I'm tired of arguing with your ass. I'm gonna take you behind this building. I'm gonna eat you. I'm gonna eat the shit out you real quick. You know?
When it comes to strange encounters late at night, an Instagram account recently posted a very strange video. A couple of explorers came up to this cave in the middle of the woods in an unknown location, and apparently trapped inside the cave they found this humanoid creature of some sort. This is what they captured on camera. Check this out.
Hocam bu ne ya? Ana, oğlum. Hocam. Vallahi içeride bir şey var. Var ya burada bir şey sıkışmış bak. Taşın içinde bir şey var. Ana, hocam. Hocam.
What appears to be some sort of humanoid, alien-like figure can be seen trapped inside the cave. When the explorers realize what they're looking at, they run for their lives. Now, when the video was posted online, internet users were divided. Some think that this could actually be just a baby owl, while others think that this is legit a gray alien of some sort. But even so, if it were to be a baby owl, why would the explorers run? Not only that, it makes this weird noise. But I'm not sure. I'm gonna leave this one up to you. What do you think is going on here? And have you ever seen something strange in the middle of the woods?
But this is my thing, bro. If you explore, bro, you got one job, nigga, and you ran. You going to explore and look for things, and you ran. You ran from a gray alien to a that, bro. Look, they frail and everything, bro. You slap shit out of them. Like that's easy work. Stop playing.
Have you ever been in a situation where you feel like you're living through something that you already know what's about to happen, or that somehow you already lived through that exact same situation, maybe in a dream? Remember that scene in the movie The Matrix, where Neo is following his team in a staircase and he sees a cat in some sort of loophole? That sort of experience is called a deja vu, and every day thousands of people live through something like this. Now, even though a deja vu has been quite explained by experts and scientists, there are several other types of glitches that happen to people every day that fascinates and leads many out there to wonder if there might be more to the nature of reality than meets the eye.
Guys, how not moving? It's just sitting there. How is that doing that?
And this is exactly what happens in a video that was recorded by Sandy Beach 731. Now, Sandy isn't exactly the type to post scary, creepy, or mysterious videos. She has a pretty normal daily vlog type internet account. And in one certain day, she posted something really strange that she captured during a live stream. And this is what she saw.
Look at the guard on the right.
Oh yeah, we sick. Hold on.
Did you notice anything strange about this video? Well, let me slow-mo the video and zoom in so you can check this out. In the video, you can clearly see the security guard to the right acting really strange, as if he's some sort of humanoid robot. When the video was posted to the internet, it instantly went viral, amassing 15 million views, and internet users were completely baffled by it. Most internet users stated that this is a normal behavior for a security guard in certain countries, that they are actually trained to act this way. However, other internet users stated that this isn't normal at all.
That's
That
not
he
normal.
looks as if a robot or something else. Now, after researching a bit about the topic, it is indeed true that certain security guards are trained in a specific way that they shouldn't look directly at their leaders. However, if you look at the security guard on the left, he isn't acting as strange as this one. Not only
Right.
that, if you notice his legs, there's just something.
It's for you.
Hello?
Hello, Gail. Strange that you and I have never spoken on the phone. This is long overdue.
I agree. So, what's your motive this time? Are you angry at the movies, or are you just trying to stay relevant?
I could ask you the same. Don't you know the legacy characters are disposable now?
Why bother with me at all?
Call it nostalgia. Or maybe you deserve to be punished for all that money you made off the misery of others. Maybe it's time someone made a buck reporting your death.
Scream, rated R, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
Strange about it, but I'm not too sure. I could be wrong.
Nah, you ain't wrong, nigga. Like, look, y'all seen that one movie a long time ago when we was kids, man. Like the little aliens, they snap their legs back and stuff, and it's called, I don't know, I forgot what it was called, but that's what that shit reminds me of, man. And that's not normal human behavior. And we know that these beings are amongst us, man. And they can't help the shit that they weird compared to us. You feel me? Like, look, man, it's all good, man. Y'all out here with the fucked up legs and stuff. You know, you don't want to show your true skin and stuff like that. It's okay. It's cool. But damn, you know, I didn't know that Putin and you know, like other motherfuckers had extraterrestrials like that. Them in the public eye like that. You'd think it'd be more of a secret, but I don't know how y'all feel about it in the comments down below. Is these people? I don't know. Ain't no way to just. Ain't no cool way to explain that. Doubted that they passed the physical fitness test with them legs fucked up like that. It ain't no way that them legs is agile enough to protect somebody, man. If something was to happen and really go down, unless you might be a lizard. I don't know. We're gonna keep going though. With them legs right there, they don't qualify, man. Those ain't athletic legs, man. You ain't gonna be able to protect nobody with them legs. Those flimsy. Somebody can sling you around unless you are extraterrestrial like lizard or something.
This could be just a normal behavior for certain guards in certain countries.
I tell you, bro, ain't nobody with legs like that beating me up, bro. Like, you're not. You ain't got no
But when it comes to strange glitches, it doesn't stop there. A couple of days ago, an internet account by the name of Just Noah 1212 posted a very strange video. It was late at night, and Noah was driving back home, and he stopped at a three-way crossroad to pay attention to the incoming traffic. This is until he noticed something looking back at him, some sort of creature, and apparently it was a dog. He rolled down his window, and the dog approaches his car, and this is what happens next.
Literally just my pants because I looked over my right and this dog just kind of just like looked at me straight in the face and then winked at me. It's okay, buddy. Oh, don't hop up in my car. Hey, do me one favor and please just try and get back to your owner, okay? Like there's a road right there where people go really fast. See like that car right there? That could have killed you. Where did it go?
You better not get your ass out that car, though.
Most people didn't either. After the video was posted online, it amassed millions of views and thousands of comments, and most people were intrigued by many strange and bizarre things in the video. One of them being that you can't see the dog's reflection in his side mirror for some mysterious reason. Not only that, pay attention how in the very beginning of the video you can hear the dog's footsteps approaching the car. But when Noah tells the dog to go home that this is a very dangerous crossroad, the dog simply disappears into thin air. And you can't even hear his footsteps going away or into another direction. It's as if the dog never existed. It simply vanished. But Noah caught it on camera. So, what's going on here? The entire situation led many internet users to suggest that maybe this dog isn't a dog at all. Maybe it's a skinwalker or maybe some sort of jinn. In certain cultures, a jinn is believed to be a spirit that can attach itself to people. However, other internet users suggest that actually the dog was a guardian angel of some sort that stopped Noah at that specific point and time from crossing the road, avoiding some sort of accident that maybe Noah was going to be in. But I'm not too sure. All I know is that there's something really creepy about the video, and I don't know what it is.
That was a great breakdown. I can't say nothing else.
I remember when I was younger, I was visiting a couple of friends of mine who had just recently gotten married, and they had at the time a small child. When I got there, we had a good conversation. After that, we had dinner. In general, we had a really good time. And when it was about 11 p.m. at night, I remember their child waking up and coming up to them in the living room and saying, "Mama, Papa, there's someone in my room." Needless to say, we all rushed to his room to see what was there. And for our surprise, there was absolutely nothing. As an adult, at the time, I just shrugged it off and thought that the kid was having a bad dream or something like that. So we went back to the living room, and one of the paintings had fallen off the wall by itself. Not only that, the glass cups on the table were not where we had left them. We looked at each other and felt chills running through our bodies. From that day on, I started taking paranormal events more seriously. And even though to this day there is no physical evidence of the existence of ghosts, there are loads of people who have seen or witnessed something like this. Just like in this video from Glorfindel, a Twitter user who was waiting for his Uber ride in Rio de Janeiro late at night. He didn't know.
Make it cold.
With AC Pro, anyone can recharge their car's AC. Like a pro. Be a pro with AC Pro.
Notice the ghostly figure in the background, only the goat that apparently showed up from out of nowhere. But it gets even creepier with Mallory Weber, who lives in Louisiana and has a small child. Now, it was late at night, and Mallory and her kid were both home alone. And she started to record him because, according to her, they were having a good moment, and she wanted to have it on camera. This is until something really creepy happened. Check this out.
Cheese. Cheese. What you doing?
What you looking at?
What you see? What? What do you see? Who are you saying hi to? Who are you saying hi to? Dude, you need to stop that. You're freaking me out.
After posting the video online, it amassed millions of views and thousands of comments, and people were completely baffled by it. The way that her son reacts to someone inside the room and he waves at it, it makes us wonder, is it a ghost, a paranormal phenomena of some sort, or something else entirely? Most internet users also wanted to know, so they asked Mallory to post another video sharing the backstory of who is Papa, and so she did.
I was just videoing him being cute and saying cheese, and then that happened. Never happened before. Both his grandpas are still alive. It's my grandpa and my husband's grandpa that both passed away like a year ago. He did meet both of them. They never lived in my house before. That bedroom was me and my husband's bedroom. I'm trying to think of all the questions because I want to answer all y'all. I don't know. That's about it. This never happened before, so that's why I was telling him to stop, and that it was freaking me out because I didn't know how to respond. It never happened, and it was freaking me out.
For some mysterious reason, paranormal phenomena like this one have been occurring more often lately, and it is the case with an internet account by the name of Aaron Paul Gale. Check this out.
It look like something sitting in that motherfucker, don't it? Oh, absolutely not.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw
Usually
it.
at first, just a chair rocking by itself is actually something way creepier. If you pay attention on the TV's reflection, we can see what appears to be some sort of humanoid figure sitting down on the chair. And I can't exactly make out what it is, but the video itself is really creepy.
I have to kick his little ass out the chair. I ain't gonna cap with y'all. Like, look, you gotta go, bro. You disrespected my chair, bro.
And unfortunately, the original account deleted it, making it quite impossible to analyze if this is the real deal or not. But it gets even creepier when it comes to paranormal phenomena. A couple of months ago, an internet account by the name of Garcia L 1978 started posting strange videos of a creepy phenomenon occurring in a junkyard. The junkyard in question is the Jackson Auto Salvage, located in North Carolina, and it goes by the name of Cash for Cars. The thing about it is, a couple of months ago, Garcia was showing some cars around with the intention of selling car parts to his subscribers in his social media. One of the cars in question was an Audi Q5, in which the owner had died in a very tragic way. Some of his subscribers were requesting parts from this car specifically, so he decided to tell the story of the car and show it around. And this is when something chilling happened, and Garcia actually captured it all on camera. Check this out.
Les presento al Audi, el perrón. Se les voy a mostrar un poco de adentro. La persona se mató. Tiene unos cuantos agujeros arriba. De adentro pues no tiene nada, está todo, ya tiene, creo que tiene como casi 5 años. Tiene los switches, el volante, Los asientos todavía están. De aquí del interior está. Ay, güey. Se quiso menear solo. Espérate. Joder, tu chingada madre. Pinche susto me sacaste, man. ¿Qué pasó aquí? Hasta el carro ya se quiere ir solo.
When Garcia is...
You know what? Y'all can come pick this shit up for free. You can have it, like... You feel me? Like, yeah, you can have it for free. I don't give a fuck no more. I don't care.
Showing the back
That's what
seat,
you
the
said.
car all of a sudden starts moving by itself, with the engine turned off and unmounted. I mean, a car like this must weigh around 1.5 to 1.8 tons. It's really heavy. This should not happen in any way, but it did. And it wasn't the only time. In a second video, Garcia is showing around another car when all of a sudden this Audi Q5 starts moving by itself once again. And he captures it all on camera, but this time a little bit better. Check this out.
Lo atravesó. Luego aquí otros.
These cars are getting shot up.
Por eso aquí está encantado el lugar. Como ven, aquí estoy solo. Nunca me oigo ruido. ¿Qué pedo aquí? A su chingada madre. ¿Y ese güey que me viene siguiendo o qué?
Absolutely not, nigga. Absolutely not. I ain't call an Uber.
Espérate, cabrón. ¿De dónde vas?
I ain't call an Uber.
Pues quién chingado viene manejando a este carro o qué?
This shit ain't even got tires and stuff, yo.
Nomás tiene tres pinches llantas.
Missing big pieces.
Pinche rayador o qué?
In this video, we can clearly see there's no one around, no wires, there's no reason to explain how the heck this is going on. And in another occasion, when Garcia is putting the car aside, in the middle of the junkyard, when he sets the car down, this happens again. Needless to say, internet users were completely baffled by this strange event that Garcia captured on camera. In the next videos, Garcia goes on to show the car entirely, the car's engine, the trunk, below the car, and everything else. Some internet users suggest that the car is driving by itself because it could be a hybrid car. However, in 2011, Audi launched the mild hybrid cars. And even if this was a mild hybrid car, it would only turn off its engine on a stoplight. Other internet users suggest that these types of hauntings are quite common in junkyards, and that you'll see people working in these places sharing bizarre stories. But I want to know your thoughts. What do you think is really going on here? Does it have a good explanation, or is this a legit haunting?
I feel like that one right there, man, you just gotta throw a grenade in that joint right there, bro. Absolutely not, bro. Like, I wonder the stories that they have at these junkyards now. Now I look at junkyards completely different. Y'all remember that movie 13 Ghosts? And they was in the junkyard and stuff, capturing like the ghosts and stuff like that. That's wild. Maybe this is where they got it from. You know, they put everything in the damn movies, but that right there is crazy. You gotta throw a grenade in there, bro. And I think like when, you know, we're energy beings. I think when something happens to us that takes us out too early, or something catastrophic happens, I think that if you're not ready to leave, sometimes your energy, it just gets stuck here in between dimensions sometimes, you know? And you might still be trying to drive that damn car or doing whatever you was doing in that moment and just keep reliving that moment. That's why I think there's spiritual guides out here to help people get through that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Get caught in between different dimensions and stuff. That's just my thoughts behind it. Let me know how y'all feel about it in the comments down below, man. But this is definitely interesting videos, man. The Schumann resonance. Let's talk about that. Look, y'all go look this stuff up for yourself, man. Just don't go off of people's word, yo. And correlate it with every time that they go out here. Just pay attention. Every time they go out here and they spray these chemtrails, look at when they spray the chemtrails and look at the planet as a whole. Look at all of the volcanoes that are erupting when the Schumann resonance is going off the scale. And look like when they spray, bro, they're trying to block out all of the solar radiation, whatever you want to call it, that's coming in, the frequencies that's coming into this planet. Why do you think that these volcanoes that haven't erupted in such a long time are becoming active again? I think it's all the pressure. The solar winds are like, what, at 2 million miles per hour right now. So you think all of that pressure coming in at once, man, is treating the earth like a pimple. It's popping it. You know, things are happening. Volcanoes are erupting. You know, intensity of the sun. People are getting melanoma, man. Y'all gotta really, people out here don't even come outside, bro. No more. They used to come outside at night. They don't come outside at night no more. That's real talk, man, because it's getting real out here, man. Y'all protect yourselves and y'all family, man. And do the best that y'all can. Homies, y'all gotta step up, you feel me? I know y'all out here doing y'all thing, especially the ones that's rocking with my channel, though, and I do appreciate y'all. If y'all taking care of y'all family and y'all friends and stuff, man, go ahead, smash that like button, share these videos, you feel me? Get the word out here. But look, one thing that I have been investing in, and I'm gonna be doing giveaways too, man. At the end of this month, I'm gonna be giving away some currencies for people to protect themselves from, you know, the money system go down and stuff like that. These aren't good investments, but if you need to spend money somewhere, you know, I got some gold backs. These are 24 karat gold, you know, money right here, and you can actually spend them. And if the money system go down, you will have stuff like this. Instead of breaking down all your precious metals that you own, you will have some type of currency to get you through some tough times. So I think it's good to, you know, get you some money that's not a typical currency, because that's just lost its value. And then in the next month or so, or a week or so, you know, they said that we're gonna run out of money. All of these things, you know, y'all just gotta prepare yourselves the best as possible. I'm not saying going out spending thousands of dollars on gold backs, but what I am saying is have some handy so you can buy goods and stuff with it if need be. It's a lot easier that way. But I'm gonna be doing giveaways and stuff on gold backs, and we mailing y'all some gold backs. This 24 karat gold is real. It's definitely real. So yeah, hopefully y'all excited about that. Go ahead and make this video like 10,000 likes, man. And for my real ones that made it to the end, y'all know about this. That's why I'm gonna do these at the end of the videos and stuff like that, so y'all can have the chances. The ones that really rock with me, y'all deserve this, you know. So I'm gonna do this every month. I'm gonna give back for sure. You know what I'm saying? So I want to make sure that y'all prepared, and I'm gonna do my part. Y'all do y'all part too as well. I'm doing a whole bunch of other things. Y'all just make sure that y'all doing y'all due diligence, and you know what I'm saying, got y'all people in your household vibrating a little bit differently. Just keeping your eyes on the world and what's happening right in front of us, man. But look, hopefully y'all prepared for anything out here. I know I am, but y'all see me twirling a ninja star right here the whole damn time, man. Make sure, hey, y'all on y'all P's and Q's, man. But look, I love y'all. We your family on here, and like I always say, spread love, because there's too much hate in this world. Love you guys. I see you on the next video. We out though. Bye.
All right.
Okay, I spy with my little eye something beginning with an E. Second word begins with a V.
E-V. E-V.
Yep, you got it. Boom. Let's go.
You're good. You're good. Clear.
August 2017.
Oh, this is good right here.
On a private ranch located 40 miles west of Colorado Springs, astrophysicist and aerospace engineer Dr. Travis Taylor is about to replicate an incredible scientific experiment.
Let's get a voltmeter and let's connect it up to the tap on the secondary.
One that was first performed by a mysterious scientific genius more than 100 years ago.
Hold those two black wires, and we'll pull these wires tight.
Assisting him is investigative journalist Jason Stapleton, along with members of a local research team.
We're good to go.
Well, let's make something glow, man. I'm ready.
Travis and Jason are investigating the mysterious disappearance of literally thousands of secret files that belong to scientific visionary
I might have to take this downstairs with me because I still need to play around with some prompts. I'll leave the laptop up here. It's just easier to type on a laptop than the iPad. Oh shit, I'll take the laptop. Alright, yo. Thanks for tuning in the studio. And me and the dog are out of here. Peace.